today. We're here talking to Danielle, the winemaker of St. Clement Vineyards. Danielle, how does your long history in the winemaking industry affect your winemaking?
Well, I really feel like winemaking is in my blood. It skipped a few generations. My dad's a aeronautical engineer, but my great grandfather owned a vineyard in Burgundy, and I feel like I'm really bringing it back to the Cyrot family. Um, I was just meant to do this. I feel on my mom's side, my mom's father was a farmer in Ireland, so I've really got both sides. I've got the farming background and then the winemaking on the French side. So this is really what I was meant to do. I was just lucky enough to find it.
And we've heard that you've traveled and worked with grapes from around the world. How does it affect your winemaking at St. Clement?
Well, I went to France and I worked in Alsace, white, really a white grape region, a lot of Riesling, Gewürztraminers, and in Alsace, they have a real laissez-faire attitude towards making the wine. The wine is really made in the vineyard. It's about where the grapes are being grown, the terroir, the soil, the climate, the microclimates. That's really what makes the wine. So it's not about let's try to manipulate every single aspect of the juice as it comes into the winery and during the fermentation. It's just made out in the field. Australia, which I did a harvest over there as well in McLaren Vale, South Australia, that's really about just manipulating every single chemical aspect of the wine. As soon as the fruit comes in, it's like, okay, let's figure out what's going on here chemically and try to make it match some kind of model. So what I did was really take both of those ideas and brought them to St. Clement. So I take the laissez-faire, the wine's made out in the vineyard, and also very much look at the technical side of the wine as it comes in the door, and those two really marry very well and help with making some really fantastic wines for St. Clement.
And do you think your love of the grape is inherited?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, like I said before, it's in the blood, but I think you're born with some abilities to really smell, taste, trust your palate, have a love and a passion for viticulture, grape growing, and the winemaking side. Some people are great at math and physics. Other people are great at art and just expressing themselves, and this is really what I feel I was meant to do. I mean, my parents, I grew up with wine on the dinner table. Wine was always part of our meals, part of our conversations, but it wasn't as if I was a connoisseur at 2 years old. I grew up with wine, but really developed a passion for it later on, and I think that's just, it's in the blood. It was certainly something that I feel I was born to do, but I also love to do it. So.
What is your focus with the wines at St. Clement?
Well, with St. Clement, we're really trying to make varietally correct wines that speak of the place that they are made. Napa Valley is a fantastic place for growing Chardonnay, Merlot, Sauvignon Blanc, and Cab. Those are the varieties that we make. And also I'm trying to make elegant, sophisticated, approachable styles of wine that are also reasonably priced. They're within my budget. I can still go buy a bottle of St. Clement and enjoy it every night because they're not astronomically priced, which is another reason why I love St. Clement wines. So they're my wines. They're the style of wine that I like to drink, but I also think they're very approachable for every type of consumer.
And what are some of your favorite food and wine pairings?
Well, I have to say right now, since we're getting into springtime and it's starting to warm up, Sauvignon Blanc and potato leek tart is just my favorite. My husband makes a really scrumptious, cheese-filled goat cheese and leeks, and it's nice and creamy and fresh, and then you add that crisp, clean, refreshing Sauvignon Blanc on top of that. It's just fabulous.
Sounds great. And what are some helpful hints you can give our readers who want to learn more about wine?
Well, just explore. Don't be afraid to try something new. I mean, there's always something comforting about going to that wine that you know is good every time, and you pick it up off the shelf every time and you say, well, that's my go-to. But I challenge you to go explore other varieties, other producers, other growing regions. Think outside the box. Sometimes you'll be pleasantly surprised by what's in the bottle, and I think that's some of the beauty of wine, really.
Great, thank you.
You're welcome.